Hey, what's up, y'all? This is JJ Harris, aka Tech Boogie, and today I wanted to get you guys an updated video on what I like to carry in my camera bag for a typical shoot. Okay, let's get into it. All right, let's get a sip of wine first. Okay. So first, y'all, I think it is appropriate that I start with the actual bag that I like to use. So if you remember my last video, I've definitely changed things around a lot from back then until now. So this is the Peak Design Everyday 20-liter backpack. I love this thing. It's like made by photographers, for photographers, super durable. It has this really, clean, but pretty rough surface that can really take a beating. I've traveled around the globe with this backpack. Fits great in front of your seat when you're on an airplane. Has slots all over the place, on the left, on the right. I put my tripod over here, and then I'll often carry a water bottle or a cup of coffee right here. A lot of like hidden pockets that are great for like memory cards and filters and any other sort of devices that you might have. It's also kind of crazy because the bag has become so popular that on the internet, like I hear like mommy bloggers are actually saying this is like one of their favorite bags because it has this compartment system on the inside that lets you reconfigure it based on what you have. So this bag, I can't say enough about it. It's expensive, but it's worth the investment if you need a really streamlined, low-key, like compact bag to carry all your camera equipment. Oh yeah, before I go into this, I wanted to say I have links to all this stuff in the descriptions. If you want to go and actually purchase these or check them out, go in the description below and you're Gucci. All right, so next, I want to break down you guys my tripod that I like to use. So this is the SIRUI carbon travel tripod. Yo, this tripod right here, I searched high and low for this tripod because I actually like to backpack a lot and go hiking with my camera equipment, and you just can't be carrying around heavy tripods. Even like the major travel tripods that are out there right now that most people have are still heavy. They're really dense, but this is actually very light. I can throw this on my backpack when I'm on a long hike, and I can barely even feel it, and it doesn't weigh my pack down in weird ways. It's also very solid too, and very sturdy because it's carbon fiber. So it's a nice tripod, I'm not gonna lie. But it's worth the investment if you especially plan on really traveling lightweight, being as streamlined as possible when you're on your shoots. So that is that. All right, let's start going in here. All right, so I'm gonna open this bad boy up from the side. Okay, so first I want to break down for you guys the camera that I like to carry. So currently I am rocking the SONY a7 III, which is the beast right now for doing photo, video, anything in between. The SONY a7 III just does it all fantastically and will give you just fantastic footage or photos. It's an investment for show. Oh, on here I have the TAMRON 28-75, which is a 2.8 f-stop lens, which still gives you that shallow like depth of field that really looks good, that blurred out bokeh background. But it's also a lot lighter than the Sony version of this lens. It's like almost $1,000 cheaper and honestly just as sharp, and like you can't really tell the difference. I can't really tell the difference between the two lenses when it comes to image. So yeah, this camera combo, the Sony a7 III and the Tamron 28-75, pretty much doesn't leave my camera for like 85% of the time. So that's my go-to most of the time. So that's that. I also will carry one more lens with me, like a specialty lens. Either I'll carry my long lens, my 70-200. I have an old Canon that I like to use for that. Or I'll carry this most of the time. This is actually an old Canon lens that if you saw my old video, I think I had this lens in that video 5 years ago. I'm still using the same lens. It's the TOKINA 11-16. So this lens is an ultra wide. It's a great lens because it doesn't distort things that much. Usually you have an ultra wide and things along the edges look kind of just like an old Missy Elliott video. But this lens actually keeps things, you know, straight and even, so it still looks actually very natural even when things are ultra wide. So that's why I still keep this lens. On here, I will say, is the Sigma MC11, which is the adapter that lets you adapt Canon lenses to Sony's, because I still do shoot Canon. I'm actually using a Canon camera for my top-down camera right now, so I still keep Canon lenses, and I love the look of Canon images, but most of the time I use my Sony now for like 4K and the color science, which I think is really a cut above where Canon is at right now. So also in my camera bag, you will find most times a drone. So this is my baby girl right now. This is the MAVIC 2 Zoom. So actually most people I know rock with the MAVIC 2 Pro that are more professional cinematographers and want high-end images. I went another way and went with the Zoom because I just love being able to get closer to the action, and I love having the ability to use the zoom feature to zoom into images and shoot multiple images in a grid and then paste them all together in Photoshop to make really high resolution aerial images. So that's why I use my MAVIC 2 Zoom to accomplish that. And it also is fantastic. It has like great sensors on it, so it's really hard to crash it. And the battery life is crazy. It lasts like maybe 25 minutes. And I don't think I've ever taken the drone far enough to where I lost signal on the drone because it was too far. I've only lost signal on a drone when there was interference. Amazing, amazing drone. So I'm gonna put that right there. Here's the remote. Keep that cracking right there, right there. I guess all the other stuff I have is more like accessories. So yeah, let's see what we got. Oh yeah, oh yeah. So okay, so this one right here. So this is the EYELEAD sensor pen. So this is so clutch. So if you are on a mirrorless camera or thinking about getting mirrorless cameras, the one thing about mirrorless cameras is that since there's not as much protection when you take off the lens, you just see the sensor right there. I'll actually show you guys. So if you take off the lens here, see, that's just the sensor. There's no barrier between the sensor and the lens. So if you get just a little bit of dust on there, it shows up and it looks so terrible in your shots. And if you're doing video, you know, it's like nearly impossible to get rid of a dust. So important to have tools to clean your sensor when you're out and about, especially if you're traveling. And it's like a little tool that has like a gel tip on it here that is sticky. So whenever you have dust on your sensor, you can use this little tool to beep, 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 beep. Just like tap the sensor and it takes off the dust. It's a miracle worker. It saved my butt so many times. What else do I got in here? Oh, got my ND filter. So this is a K&F Concept ND filter. It's a variable ND filter for my 28 to 75 millimeter lens. The ND filter just helps you cut down the light when you're in really bright scenarios, like in sunlight or if you have bright studio lights, and helps you be able to take the light down so you can actually widen the aperture, which allows you to get shallow depth of field even when you're in really bright scenarios. So Having this is crucial to getting a really like more high-end professional blurred background look. So ND filter, critical to making your videos and photos pop. What else do I have in here? I have my camera strap. So this is, actually, what is this? So I actually usually don't have a camera strap on my camera. Usually I'm just rocking it like this, and I carry a camera strap for when I need one, if I'm gonna be taking photos. But if I'm shooting video, I like to take the strap off because it gets in the way. So the camera strap I like to use is this, the Peak Design sling strap. This is their full size strap. It's so dope because it has these anchors on the side here that you see that you can attach to your camera so that it's like quickly removable. So you can actually go like this here. Boom. Just get that here, clip that in. Clip the other side in. Boom, got a camera strap ready to go. So now when I'm shooting video and I want stable handheld shots, I'll go like this and put the camera strap against my neck and hold the camera, and it's really steady like that. And then if I want to throw the camera on my gimbal, boom, just pop it off, and boom, ready to go on my gimbal right now. So yeah, the Peak Design sling strap is lit. All right, I also, so more accessories that I like to carry. Dust blower, standard, typical, just for blowing out the dust when the gel pen is a little bit overkill. Another thing I started carrying with me, because I've, really in the last few years, I've started to travel a lot internationally, also to a lot of national parks. And I realized a lot of times I'm by myself when I'm taking photos or I'm shooting video in these places. And I'm like, I don't have anybody to get photos of me. So I figured out a way to get around that. And what I like to do is I have my tripod always on deck, and then I get this thing, which is basically an infrared remote for the camera. So this is just generic, there's so many different kinds, and just lets you be able to, be set up, boop, boop, and just use the remote to take selfies, pretty much, like high quality selfies when I'm traveling. So always keep that in my bag. It's super tiny, super light. Don't even notice it. I forget it's there until I actually need it. So it's great to have that. The last thing I like to carry that I like to make sure I have with me all the time is my journal. I love this specific notepad. It's the OASIS notebook. It's made in Japan. I don't know, but I just love journals that are made with love and have like good craftsmanship, because then it makes me just want to use them a lot more. Any thoughts I might have, any ideas for shoots or business ideas, I like to have a notepad to actually write those down on paper. I'll use the phone if I really need to, but writing something just sticks with me a lot more, and I feel like I can get more out of what I'm thinking. So, all right, y'all, you made it. This is JJ Harris, AKA Tech Boogie. Come on back next week, because I'm gonna be releasing a video like I do every week, help you creators live your best lives and grow your businesses. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe so you can be notified about new videos that I release. All right, I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.